Hi there, Jody here, and congratulations on purchasing your new Easy Elite system that incorporates alkaline water, Vortex, and top-of-the-line filtration with 100% guaranteed removal of fluoride. Be excited, as you guys will be, because you've got the box there that looks a little bit like this. So what's in the box? Let's just go through this first, and then we'll get on to the installation. You'll have a Vortex device, you'll have a pressure limiting valve, you'll have a water diverter that takes it off the cold water line. It will look something like this when it's unpacked. You'll have a tube cutter to make sure the tubes are cut nice and keeps them nice and round. You'll have a drain clamp where the wastewater will run to. You'll have a plumbing tee. You'll have this goes on the top of the tank, screws straight onto the top of the tank. You'll have a little fitting like this one here that will go into the bottom of the tap, and then you'll have a three-way connector which will make more sense later. There will also be, which we don't currently have at the time of filming, two brackets to hold the alkaline cartridge. This is the alkaline cartridge. They have a bunch of different tubes, and in there is some extra tube because the way we now set it up, you might need a little bit extra. You'll have a clamp, you'll have a wrench to get off this at change time, so this just will need to go on there like that, and then unscrew, and just Jeepers Creepers, this one's particularly tight. Anyway, that's to get that off. Then the system itself will come like this, a tap, this guy here, and the tank. It's comes on its own separate bag. And when you unpack, and I won't bother unpacking that now, when you unpack the tank, it's pretty simple. You're just going to screw this into the top of the tank. You're going to put some plumbing tape around the top of the tank, and then just screw this up. Screw this on. Alright, so what are we doing really? Let me cut some bits and pieces open and show you. Here goes the box cutters. Now for whoever receives this one, I think this unit might be, it'll be going to Melbourne because we've got 2 units going out today. It'll either be going to Chris and Lisa, hi, or it's going to Paolo and Nikki, so one or the other. What we're going to do is first about connecting the water to your cold water line. Yeah, this just goes. This fitting cuts straight into the cold water line. Just unscrew the flexi hose. That'll go into there, and that'll go into the fitting. When the lever's this way, it's the water's flowing. When the lever's up, cuts the water off. So what you want to do is you want to get some red hose, and so we'll cut just a little length of red hose, like so. Oopsie daisy. And we'll get the pressure limiting valve. So the pressure limiting valve will go. Now you'll see an arrow on the pressure limiting valve. Make sure that you've got that the right way. It's pretty hard to see. So you're going to put that in that end, and when the connection's installed, you're going to push these into here. like that, and you just feel it go and it'll pull back out. Now all these fittings have what they call quick connect fittings, and what that means is you can push the hose in and you'll feel it go in. To get the hose back out, you put your fingers on either side of that very top, what is it, so like a little neck or ring. You just pull that down and pull the hose out. So all the fittings are like that. So that's going to come from your cold water line in through. You're going to put the red hose into here like that, and then the red hose is going to come up into where you see the red here, so by stage 1, and that's that part of the deal done. The second part is organising the drain clamp. So the drain clamp is going to go on your cold water on your waste line, and there'll be a photo when I put the video together that will show you that. If I look a bit hot and sweaty, it's because I am. It's about 35 degrees in the warehouse, and whew, it's hot under the lights. So sorry for that. Basically pretty easy to install. You'll unscrew the screw on the back here, put that over, put these little fittings up and over the top of the hose, and well, how about I just do that? Take that out and show you guys that. So there's these little fittings here. Now you get that little fitting there, and that will slide up the black hose. You put this little guy in the end of it. Oh, unscrew this first, sorry, correction. This guy first. That like that. Now that tapers down. Make sure the taper runs towards the end of the hose. That goes in the end of the hose. You'll unscrew that. The drain clamp will go in there like so, and then it will all screw up. Now the easiest way is to screw the drain clamp on first. I recommend putting it in at 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, and if you can put on, if you've got 2 sinks, you put it on the pipe that runs the plumbing, the waste trap that runs between the 2. If you've only got 1, it obviously doesn't matter, just somewhere before the S-bend. Those guys down. So that's the first part done. Now that black hose will obviously run the wastewater. You'll just pull this guy out. So the quick fitting, like I mentioned, pull that out. You put the other end of the black hose in there, and that's your drain sorted out. All right, now comes to the tap. The tap's really very simple. Yeah, it's real simple. I'm just excited because you're drinking super good water. You know, in all the years I've been playing with water, whether electric water ionizers or non-electric water ionizers, alkalizing machines, I don't think we've ever put together a system that's as good as this one. So basically that little fitting that I showed you before, which is now here somewhere, this guy's will just screw directly. These fittings, they're pretty self-explanatory. I won't pull the packet out because I've got to ship this out in about half an hour. The silver bit goes on top, and then you put a little white washer. It's not that black rubber on top. That's not 100% necessary. If you're short on space, you can just use that. You can just use it by clamping that down. It's not too big a deal. And then on the underside, you're going to put the washer in and then just screw it up tight. There will be an extra fitting in there. You won't need those with this. So let's put that down. Now, for probably probably the most confusing part, but it won't be that confusing. Let me just grab a couple of brackets. I'll be right back with you. You'll have a couple of black brackets like this. They'll be mounted. They don't have to be mounted, but basically they just clip into there, and they'll allow you to mount this up on the wall above the system. Now plumbing wise, we're going to what are we going to do here? We're going to take, so we've done the red hose. I'll take that. We're going to cut a small amount of hose for starters, about that length there. Now obviously you'll undo all of these. I'm just making it a little bit easier on myself for shipping purposes. This will go, that's the tank fitting, so that will go, that piece will push in there, and then we'll put the Vortex device onto that. Now that won't matter which way you put the device in. Water runs both ways through it, so it's it's bi-directional. It doesn't really matter which way. But that's that's the foundation to creating great water, putting more energy back into it using Mother Nature's way, the Vortex. Now, from there you'll have a hose run from this blue fitting here. Now, it doesn't matter whether you use the blue hose or the white hose that's included. It doesn't really matter. But that's going to run off to. So that's going to be at the tank. What's going to happen is you're going to run to give you an idea. This is how it's going to look. Let me grab a demo piece of. I'm going to do it on a miniature scale. So if that's the top of the tank, that's the top of the tank there. You're going to have hose run from Sorry about the noise in the background. The guys are packing orders. So that line there is going to come from there into that T piece like that, and that's going to come out of there. And as I said, it depends on how much hose you want to use. You should be fine. Now that T piece there is going to run off to the tap, but on the line that runs between the tap, so you're going to have the tap here, and you're going to have the two pieces like that. So imagine that's your sink. Hose is going to run between that and this, and that and that. Now that's pretty much the setup. Of course, if you've got any problems at all, don't hesitate to call us. It's not. It's hopefully I've made it simple, but it might be a little bit confusing with all the different hoses and bits and pieces. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. We'll definitely be able to get you sorted out. And from there, just enjoy drinking the water. I'm so excited. It's early 2017, and we have. It's really the year of no fluoride for us. We've not had a system before that takes all the fluoride out, so I'm just so super excited about that. Incorporating the Vortex and the alkalizer, your families and workmates, if you're installing the systems at work, will be blessed by drinking this awesome water. And I just hope you enjoy it, and we'd love your feedback. And of course, the better the quality of water you're drinking, the better the quality your life's going to be, and that's without word of a lie. 99% of your molecules are water molecules, and I'm just super excited that you've got one of these systems at home and enjoy, or at work for that matter. Just enjoy the water, and we will talk to you soon. Thank you.
Hi, Jody here. Just a little thought after the event that once you've got your system up and running, that it will create a lot of hydrogen in the first probably 2 to 4 weeks, depending on how much water you use. It's perfectly natural. It'll be worse in the morning. So basically what will happen is when you turn on the tap, it will spit at you a lot. There'll be a lot of pressure build up, especially in the morning. The other thing is the water will taste a little bit minerally. Now that's magnesium. It's not bad for you. It will calm down over that 2 to 4 week period, and sort of at the month mark, you'll be great. And, the water will be crystal clear, and there won't be you won't have the same amount of hydrogen coming out. It's just because the media is brand new, so there's nothing to be worried about. You can drink the water. So I hope that clarifies something. I've had a couple of calls since doing the original video from people that have installed the unit saying, hey, the machine's spitting at me. So just wanted to clear that up. Trust you well. Thank you very much. See you later.